Good morning, welcome to the day 2 of the hot water tank replacement project. There's the bus. Here is what we have pulled out. There's our 2 very gross hot water tanks. We're going to have to replicate this because I don't think those fittings are on the front of the new one. So I'm going to try and get some replacements for that. This is all the old plywood, so we're going to go take a look and measure so we can fit some new marine grade waterproof plywood, water resistant plywood. There's our new unit. Right, so they come with blow off valves, that's good. And then so we're going to need a fitting here. This one should work for here. And we need a fitting here. And then we need I think there's a one-way valve on this one, maybe? I don't remember. Anyway. So, I think that line right there, I can't point to it, the line right there by the rivet, I believe is our edge of plywood, and then it's notched around. You can actually see the line there. So we need to be 35 3/4 this way, and we want to be 24 3/4 this way. So of course we need 48 by 48 to get the piece that we need. Of course we do. Okay. So let's see what fittings. I guess, yeah. So, these are slightly different, aren't they? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, because I believe they're the same both ways, right? It's just whatever, 1/2 inch pipe to 1/2 inch pipe. And then I need 2 of these. I think they're just check valves. They're pretty corroded in there, and there's definitely schmutz in there. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. So we're definitely gonna replace those, 2 of those jobbies. Yeah, it doesn't look good. So 8 of those, 2 of those, maybe 2 street elbows. Yeah, let me make a list. Alright, we are here in the garage, and I have amassed a collection of plumbing parts with which to replumb the new hot water tanks. I still haven't opened the second hot water tank. It's in the box behind me. We'll do that together. But I'm using the first one to mock up what I need to see. Okay, let's talk about some of the plumbing choices that I have made and why. I'm going to swap out the original butyl plastic at the closest connection I can get to for PEX. So I'm gonna swap in at its threaded connection. There's a 1/2 inch female threaded connection, and replace all this butyl stuff with PEX. I'm gonna go color coded because it's available, and that's fun. And yeah, so I have opted for plastic shark bite. Oh, here, let me. I have opted for this plastic shark bite stuff. It's not the push to connect, it's proper PEX crimp-on. I've opted for plastic everywhere I could. Some of the fittings right at the tank will be brass, just because that's what's available. And we're going to use these for the PEX. There's lots of choices for how to crimp PEX together. I think this is the most cost-effective if you're only doing one project. And I don't really plan to redo the whole bus, and even if I do, it's not that much plumbing. So this is the tool I've bought to do our PEX crimping. This is I bought this from Rona. I'm sure there's lots of choices. This one will be fine. It's the least expensive way I could find to crimp PEX reliably without having to buy a $100 plus tool. I'm replacing, these are the one-way check valves that go on the freshwater inlet to the tanks. There's just no sense in trying to reuse any of this stuff. For the cost of it, I think both of those together was $25. You know, it's not an inexpensive project. There's costs at every turn. Fortunately, I'm saving the $100 an hour it would cost to have someone else do this. So that's a plus, right? For our PEX unions, our joints, I've also gone with the poly. That's not going to focus there. The poly elbows and T's instead of brass. Preference, I guess. I couldn't find a consensus online as to whether brass or plastic for PEX was the way to go. Acidity of the water will affect brass more, and the low quality, low cost comparable brass fittings usually are not worth the compromise. So I went with plastic, and we'll see. Hopefully in a mobile environment it will stand the test of time. We'll see. Alright, this is the hot water heater that we have chosen. Kuuma is the brand. It seems to be the only readily available, high quality, internal, alternate heating, right? So of all the water heaters out there, this was the only one I could find that had a coolant loop. Marine quality, you know, it seems to be a good unit. I've chosen the 11-gallon one. We'll see what the sticker on the inside says. The last one, the sticker inside says it's this one. All right, let's tear into this thing, shall we? There she is. Clearly shows 11 gallon. I wonder if the other one's wrong. Oh, this is what I'm talking about right here. This one won't focus that close. There we go. This one kind of shows 6 gallons, right? And this one definitely shows 11 gallons. So maybe it's just a sticker mistake, and we'll see. Oh, there we go. So there is our coolant ports in the back. So we get hot coolant in one side and slightly less hot coolant out the other. And that brings our hot water to here.
Deer in the backyard eating from the tree. Oreo hasn't seen them yet. Have you? Come here. Sit. Sit. She can see them now. I don't think she knows what to think.